Hello, welcome to the Break a Leg podcast. It's me, your host, Greg Paul. Today, May 22nd, 2022. This is our first episode. I'm accompanied by my co-host.
Slow Rogan.
Yo, what's up, Slow Rogan? How's it going?
It's going pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing alright. Now, we do have another co-host. He was very eager to say something. You can go ahead now.
Yes, I was. I'm Anye West. How are you doing today, Greg Paul?
Oh, I'm doing spectacular. Alright, what were we going to talk about today, Slow Rogan? I know you were fascinated with the topic.
Oh yeah. Okay, so basically we're going to be talking about how we went about making our school project, how to use a glue stick, and just the steps of how we build it and everything like that.
Yeah, we had to do a bunch of scuff things, but I know that every single school project, they're always like that.
A pile of mess, basically.
Yeah, Noah, why don't you start off and tell us your experience with the whole thing?
The thing about me is this. So, we had to decide whether I was going to film outside or inside. We didn't know. So I filmed my two scenes. One being outside, using a glue stick to mash two rocks together, just to provide that for a single clip for Carter. And I know Anye West had to do something similar as well.
Yes, so initially when Slow Rogan put the glue stick on his shoe, it didn't seem to work, so I had to film a separate part of me climbing up the wall in a similar fashion so we could clip those two things together.
Yeah, it kind of like barely worked. I mean, it was fine. So Noah was the only one who wasn't really there for like a big filming session. It was just me and Anye.
You guys didn't
Initially.
even stay
Yes.
that long, did you? It was like an hour, right?
Yeah, it was like around an hour. So what we did is we just kind of went into our neighborhood and kind of just stood there, and we had both of our phones trying to film the most shots possible in like the least amount of time, and we were just trying to film mass quantity so that I could work with it. And I mean, it worked out in the end. And then we had to do two separate skits where we both got fake injured, of course, tried our best with acting. Ani, what happened with you?
So Greg Paul was going to be breaking my arm and then teaching the viewers how to use a glue stick to fix the broken bone.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
One quick thing, we did use a clip that Slow Rogan recorded from his area of him hearing my scream from the shattered bone.
Yeah, that's what I meant with the whole quantity thing. Noah just filmed a bunch of stuff, and I found this one clip, and I used it, and it worked super well for the part where I broke his arm. But then we also had a part where Ani came and stabbed me in the stomach. Love that scene.
Now, did that actually hurt Greg Paul, or did you just make the sound effect?
Oh, it did not hurt at all. I just made the sound effect. The story of this whole thing literally had nothing to do with it. I had to edit it in iMovie. Now, Noah, I know you're also a big guy with iMovie. You gotta love it.
iMovie with me is this. I just don't. I'm just really lazy when it comes to iMovie sometimes. I could probably produce something good. I just am too lazy with all that time. So we basically just handed it over to Carter.
Yeah, the thing about me is I am not lazy. I keep working at it for like hours and hours.
Even though it could be way better.
I'd say the thing about you, Carter, is that you have much more experience in iMovie than any of us also, was another factor.
Well, yeah, I've done a lot of my own things, but the thing about me is I just do it so much that it doesn't turn out to be the best thing ever, because I'm not doing it like proficiently and effectively.
That's what makes it good. It could just be some random garbage, and that's what makes it a really good project.
Yeah, it was decent. It was real nice. I mean, it was the first time I was using it on the computer, but I still knew how to use it, and I would definitely recommend iMovie.
iMovie would be simple software to basically use. It's the easiest thing you could use compared to all these other, softwares like Adobe Premium and all those types of apps.
Yeah, if you're doing your own school project, I'd recommend trying to use iMovie. You can learn it relatively quickly, but for any other recommendations, please try and coordinate together and at least make like a decent script. Ours was alright, but we had to cut a lot.
It could have been better.
Yeah.
It could have been way better.
We basically just wrote a script and then kind of just went along with it.
I mean, honestly, we didn't even use the script too much.
We basically planned out what all of the sequences would be and just recorded random stuff.
And just give it to Greg Paul, basically.
Yes.
Wait a second. Hold up. Do you hear that?
What's that?
It seems like we're just out of time.
Oh, we are? Oh, that's unfortunate.
I would recommend go ahead and smack the subscription to make sure that you hear our next podcast episode, and share this to someone who needs to do a school project, because I know you're going to have to do it eventually.
See you later.